Well, I brought up three different generations in this house.
Well, my home is comfort, family, entertainment.
My home is my castle. It's where I have my peace. So anything that disturbs my peace, it's got to go.
At the end of the day, when you can't go anywhere else, you could always go home.
Good afternoon. My name is Reverend Dr. Della Jameson.
Hi, my name is Miss Reva Brown.
Hi, I'm Sharon Hiskel.
My name is Gail Pryor.
I'm Joanne Taylor. I moved in this house 11/17/1970. My son is 2 to 3 weeks old, and when I moved in this house.
I moved here in 1980, January of 1980.
I moved here in 1981. This has been home for the last 40 years.
20 years.
At least 38 years.
I've been in this neighborhood over 44 years. I've been a block captain going on 25 years.
I have been a block captain for over 25 years.
Co-captain of the block for a period of 40 years.
Because I've had this house since my daughter is now 37. I had this house since she was 4. Through city of Philadelphia. So it's like I do have some repairs I have to do because I've had it so long.
I know that this house was built in 1935. You have such old houses in this city. If you want to save it, you got to, everybody can't refurbish.
This is a low-income area, so sometimes you don't always have available funds to make the basic and proper, repairs.
It's hard financially. That's the key. Because if you have the finances, something need to be fixed, you get it fixed. It's not that you don't want to get it fixed or you just neglecting it because you don't want it done. So a lot of times you just have to cope until you get the funds to do it.
Well, we needed help because we had to borrow some money just to start our own projects. And that money just went. Mold was there for years. It was from a storm that came through Philly.
Yeah, I have some health issues with arthritis, so I have to have heat.
I have asthma. I am a congestive heart failure patient. Just to sit outside when it's hot for congestive heart failure patients, you can pass out.
Some of these kids got asthma behind a dilapidating house. If you clean that up, you're not rushing kids to the hospital. So if the city comes in and helps with the basics, I believe people will want to stay and want to pull in and have a foundation.
I'm Alani Brimson. I'm the Director of Residential Programs at the Philadelphia Energy Authority. At the Energy Authority, our interest, right, as an energy authority, is to reduce energy burden for Philadelphia homeowners. When approaching that for low-income households, we recognize that cannot start by replacing light bulbs, by insulating an attic, by doing kind of the traditional energy efficiency work, because there are maintenance issues in these homes that need to be addressed first, right? So you come into a home, has a broken window, has a leak in the roof. We have to start by addressing those issues, really stabilizing that home, and then we can start to consider those energy measures. So we really wanted to take a look at a home as a whole system, as a holistic project. And that's really where the birth of Built to Last came from. There's already a lot of different programs out there that are doing all these different things. And it's just the fact that they're not necessarily able to communicate and work together. The idea of Built to Last really is to just create a way for everybody to work across these different silos, across these different programs, work together, serve that individual So we can do the energy work by doing all the work that's around it. And we recognize too that all that stabilizing work, all that energy work, that's going to do a lot to improve the health of that family. So we're trying to do kind of all of it. It's not that much of a reach. We're already doing all of this in different pieces. We're just bringing it all together. So Built to Last is an administrative program at its heart. And what it does is it brings all the different home repair programs in Philadelphia together to serve individual low-income homeowners. So instead of the usual approach where somebody has to apply for basic systems repair, weatherization, utility program, come to Built to Last and you get all of those services in one shot.
I wanted to shout outside. If you remember, I wanted to jump up and shout because this is something I've been needing.
Talked about it with the residents and how did they hear about Built to Last?
Through Mr. Lanier.
Charles Lanier, Executive Director of the Hunting Park Neighborhood Advisory Committee, Neighborhood Energy Center, and Community Revitalization Corporation, kind of like a one-stop support services programs for low-income people in Hunting Park.
I was grateful when Mr. McNair thought of me back in July when he came over and told me about it.
Before I met Mr. Charles Lanier at the neighborhood NAC office, we were in the midst of trying to do remodeling.
We had a general community meeting. I think, Charles, you talked about it. And then people got invested and came to the office and started applying to see what exactly was going on.
Happened to be at one of the community meetings and heard of the Built to Last program.
Well, Mr. Lanier called me and asked me would I be interested in participating with the roofing where they put the solar panels. That's how it started. But from that, they shared the information. And then when they were here, when he was here, then the carpenter came and then the people for the roofing came. So I said, oh, well, this is just going on and on and on. It sounds good and it's working out for me.
This is something I've been needing, but due to, as I said, my sickness, I have been taken out of work. I'm used to working, but when I got sick, they took me out of work. So, funding for me is like limited. So this was really, really, really on time. It was a godsend because what they did, I needed it real bad.
I was very satisfied.
The process is really quick.
When they first came out and assessed your situation first and see, like I said, see what was the energy uses in your homes and your utility bills and so forth. And then there were a waiting period about maybe 1 or 2 months, and then the first repairs came out, and then everything kind of fell in line after that, They all was called and scheduled, said today we are going to send out the plumber, today we're going to send out weatherization, today we are going to send out the men for the split unit, today your your stove will be installed. So actually mine's were not a long waiting period, and once they got started, each project just sort of fell in behind each other.
I'm 81 years old, and I was having problems because I had broke the banister years ago. Mm-hmm. So when I go up the wall, I was doing like this. But they had the banister put in. It's like me running up and down the steps again.
A few years ago, I fell down these steps. So they put a railing. There was no railing in the basement steps. They put that on the side.
And I had a washer and dryer that was hooked up on this level so that because I am handicapped, I don't have to go from upstairs to the basement to do laundry, and that was a blessing.
My humidifier, I was running up and down the steps to empty it. They made it so they put it on the wall and automatically connected it to the sewer line, so I don't have to go down there for that no more.
There was a crack in the cement, which is like that in this area for a lot of the houses. I don't know whether it's a swamp or whatever it is close by. but the basement cement's cracked.
They did the plumbing in the basement that was cracked. They repaired that.
The pipe in the cellar, I had to have a bucket there, I might have a bucket full of water. But that's been cleared up.
They sheetrocked going up the steps and part of the hallway.
They redid the back of my house.
Gave us a new ceiling.
My roof was done.
Then the electrician is supposed to come back behind them.
My whole home needed to be rewired.
The next project is supposed to be the heating service, which is supposed to be a new furnace.
A new water heater.
I have the heat pump. I have a brand new electric stove and induction stove. And they even supplied me with a set of pots. Electric is a cleaner energy.
I have new lower level cabinets, flooring, countertop.
I have all new cabinets, new floors.
I have a new porch,
They've done my porch roof.
new bathroom.
They also did my vanity in the bathroom. It's a very nice vanity too.
A new back door. I have a new back window.
And they gave me a new basement window. And they did the basement stairs. I forgot to say that. Oh, they are impeccable. The best stairs I had since I've been here.
They did a lot. I said a lot of prayers.
The next step is supposed to be weatherization. They said I qualify for 5 windows and any ceiling, like closing of air. I have to say the plumbing and contractor for the kitchen and bathroom, great attitudes. Great. I even got to where I call one of them my son now.
To me, it was a great experience. Like I said, I found people that came out to do the work professional. They pretty much came on time and on schedule. They did the work and were out of my house. Didn't leave things torn apart and stuff. Most of them cleaned up behind themselves and stuff. So, like I says, as you can look around and see the work, I have no complaints. So, a great job. The only thing that is left from the program now is the electric water heater that they said they were going to provide, and I'm also waiting for the solar panels for the top of the house.
I'm excited about my solar.
The solar panels.
The solar.
And my last one I really hope they're still going to do is my solar panels up on my roof.
So they flew the drone over top of the property to see what was the condition of the roof.
I thought about having solar roofing 10 years ago. And I see now that it's coming through.
I am a part of the Hunting Park Community Solar Initiatives. And what we're doing, we are hosting classes for 18 and older to learn how to lay solar paneling. Solar is about to take over Philadelphia, and it's something that everybody should know about. When somebody says solar, everybody should be able to have a part in that conversation.
Is a clean source of energy.
Having solar panels put on your roof will save energy.
Well, it's going to be clean energy. I feel like I'm contributing to our climate because, our climate is going down, 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 and it's kind of scary.
It's being hotter and hotter every summer.
I know, and learning about solar, that Huntington Park is like one of the hottest areas in Philadelphia during the summer.
I know seniors, they won't even turn. They have air. They won't turn them on because they're concerned about the bill.
It does a wonderful job on your electric bill.
Anything that we can do to reduce our bills, whether it's electric, gas, or water, I'm willing to do it.
At this point, whatever they're going to do to save me some money, I'm grateful.
This was one beautiful community at one time. Very pleasant, very decorative with flowers and plants everywhere, all on everybody's porches. Oh, Jesus, there's so much that's not being done. It's just so much. And it won't take one person. It's going to take something like Built to Last with the justices and the housing issues coming together.
They would need more funding. People need that help.
I would encourage them to put money into this program. It's a great program.
Philadelphia is such an old city, and if you want to keep up with what's going on around you environmentally, you have to have this program. Conservatively, for water and all that, you got to have this program. For the kids, for the future, you got to have this program. It's going to help the city with health program, and you got to educate the people about what's going on around them. I think they're afraid. Some people are afraid to get involved. And, there's 1,000 different reasons for that. Years ago, was an old lady living up the street. Her name was Miss Brown. And her ceiling was coming down. And I went up there to get her some help through the city. And she had paid money and they had ripped her off a couple of times. So she was scared. She didn't even want to really talk to me, And I know how helpful she used to be when the kids came home from school. She used to make them cookies and, she'd take them to games and stuff like that. So, yeah, you really I knew she was a community person, and I really wanted to help her, but she had been ripped off by outside contractors a couple of times. So she was scared to get involved with anything else. She didn't want to hear it, And she would rather be in that house with it falling down around her than to trust somebody else. And she was just afraid.
Educate, educate, educate.
So many people that don't know about these programs.
Like I says, a lot of times programs are available or resources are available, but a lot of times that information is not made known, well known. So if the city would, like I said, kind of make it public knowledge or make it accessible, a lot of more people would probably participate.
To say to the politicians, and I got to be honest, y'all guys know where the money is. Come on and spread it like you should. Not just in certain areas. When you look at the city of Philadelphia, you already know the conditions of every area. So be mindful of there's others that need to help just as well as where you're thinking at. And to the politicians, come on out more and see what needs to be done. Don't stay behind the desk.
Thank you. See you later. Talking.